Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to start off by saying what a privilege it is to be here tonight performing in front of the tens and tens of people that paid to be here. And I always say that based on the amount of tickets that were called earlier and no one came up to the stage. And also you, Chad, what an honor. But I kid, it is truly great to be here at the Jake and Tanner experience, and what an experience it is. The only thing that could possibly make this better would be if you two weren't here. I remember when this experience first started, it was held at Tanner's in Kimberly. You were there for the first one? Listen to the threes and threes of repeat fans that you have. It was bright, bold, and packed. In fact, it went so well, it was decided they had to move the event to a bigger venue, now at the wonderful Meyer Theater. Not to hold more people, clearly, that's not an issue. But so they could find a stage big enough to make Tanner's fat head look normal. Seriously, Tanner, your head looks like a kickball on the top of a bag of wine.
What?
Tanner used to joke around by calling me a flat earther, but the truth is, I think the earth is as round as your head. It's fucking big as shit too, look at that. I also remember when Jake and Tanner were first hired. Oh, the excitement! I personally couldn't wait to work with a guy whose personality looks like he used to work at Abercrombie & Fitch 20 years ago. Jake, your style confuses me. I don't know if you're trying to be Chris Daughtry, Chris Gaines, or Kris Jenner. However, Jake, I do like your tattoos. I also have a tattoo. But notice how I said tattoo. Jake has several because that's the only way he can be interesting. That was too far? Like that poor guy. Yeah, I called Tanner a bag of wine. I also noticed you wearing, in the video here, Jake, I also noticed you wearing a former station's shirt, like a guy who peaked in high school. That's the best you could do, huh? All right. Working with these two has been an experience itself. Oh, how I love walking to work or just, trying to live my everyday life when somebody will ask me, did you hear what Jake and Tanner said about you today? My usual response is, no, I have taste. Then I'll humor the person and ask them. I think one of my favorites was when I got let go in 2019, Jake and Tanner were telling people I fell into a well. The truth is, these two care so little about the people they work with that they probably had no idea I wasn't there anymore. Another favorite was recently when Tanner threw out there to the people. People couldn't approach me unless they had a sock puppet. I'm not sure if that was the exact wording, but I don't care. Hey, Saki, anything you'd like to say to Tanner? Yeah, if I was Tanner's sock, I'd be awfully crusty. Saki, that's not nice or appropriate. I guess I'd make the perfect producer for the Jake and Tanner show then. All right, that's enough from you. Hold on, I'm wearing a magnifying glass. It's just me trying to find all the talent here. You guys didn't want this. Saki did have a good point though. Much like Tanner's sock, these two are gross. Many time Eddie Reed will find Jake's nail clippings strewn about the studio. Probably from Jake's big weird toe. Speaking of Eddie, the man used a vacation day on a Saturday just so he couldn't be here. I think my personal favorite moment of how they don't give a shit about where they work is how they would leave the studio on Beer Fridays. I'd walk in after they were done. It looked and smelled like a frat house. Well, a frat house that uses Calvin Klein cologne to cover up the fact that they're pigs. But in all fairness, Jake and Tanner are hardworking and not working hard. Like, not even a little bit. I'm still not convinced to this day that they know how to do their job fully. Seriously, guys, who forgets speakers at a live broadcast? Sure, I killed a battery in the KISS vehicle one time, but at least I had speakers hooked up so we could rock ass while I was getting a jump. And let's talk about how hard they work for their fans. They work really hard to piss them off. I know they say a small circle of real friends is better than a large circle of fake friends, but I don't think you should apply that to your ratings. You know the higher numbers are good, right? I just wanted to make sure because you kind of been going about it, the other way as if that was the goal. I will say that you two have a beautiful friendship, though. How long has it been? About 10 years, right? 10 years? I started off as an intern around the same time Tanner did, and that's when this gorgeous pairing first started. And your situation reminded me of another couple from last year. Actor Matthew Tyler Vorse dated Billie Eilish and got criticism because he was 10 years older than her. He was 31 and she was 21. Isn't that about the same age you two were when this all started? But I guess a radio DJ in his early 30s befriending another 20-year-old college student is fine. Rules are weird. I don't know what they are. But I won't take up much more of your time as this is your show, so I want to wrap things up by saying I am truly thankful that me asking around about doing a roast of you two came through. I know you didn't have to let me do this, but hell's bells. You two have been roasting our entire company for 6 years. So to give me 5 minutes to do it back in front of your audience has really shown me that there is some humility in there somewhere. Now, I will relinquish the mic, sit back, and watch you guys get back to me. Thank you guys again. Have a great rest of your show. Good night.